an enduring fight for the African American vote. At the beginning of the government in 1789, only white male landowners over 21 could vote. There was no black vote at the passage of the Constitution. African American slaves were property. Frederick Douglass, social reformer, said, "Slavery is not abolished until the black man has the vote." What to the slave is the 4th of July? America's original sin, slavery. Jefferson, all men are created equal. Yet, he personally owned hundreds of slaves, like other founders. Beginning in 1619, the Atlantic slave trade delivers millions of African slaves to America who were considered property. Slaves are sold, families separated, and abolitionists and others start resistance. Cotton, sugar, tobacco industries exploit free labor, benefiting North and South as U.S. expands and grows in wealth. Civil war becomes inevitable. Weak presidents, failed compromises about slavery expansion push North and South hostilities. And civil war nearly destroys the Union. In 1860, Abraham Lincoln is elected and Southern states secede. April 61, Civil War begins. More than 600,000 Americans killed over 4 years. A window of promise after the Civil War. 1863, the Emancipation Proclamation. 1865, Civil War ends. The 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments formally end slavery, guaranteeing black voting rights. 1865 to 1876, Reconstruction protects ex-slaves, and first blacks are elected to Congress. But a corrupt election, the Supreme Court, and Jim Crow stopped the progress suddenly. From 1876 to 1965, Jim Crow laws maintained white majority rule in the South. In 1960, only 1% of blacks vote in Mississippi. Separate but equal is codified by the Supreme Court. Leaders such as Thurgood Marshall risked their lives fighting to end legalized segregation. Their efforts succeeded in 1954 when the Supreme Court struck down separate but equal. 1964 and 65 brought civil rights and voting rights and hope. The movement for voting rights, led by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and future Congressman John Lewis, resulted in passage of the Voting Rights Act of 1965. Before this, black voter participation was very low. By 1969, that number had grown to 61%. Today, the John Lewis Voting Rights Act seeks to restore cuts made by the Supreme Court and to add protections. What can we do? Nothing less than save democracy. We need to learn more about these critical issues in our past to understand the present. We need to register to vote. We need to make sure that everyone we know votes. Go to the links in the description below this video for more information. Thank you for watching, and please, let's be kind to one another.